I think I want to take a little time
Mhm.
to focus on to talk about, the law firm as a business, right? And really, because I think the biggest, as a consultant for law firms around the country, helping law firms grow, and having deployed close to $700 million now in the space, the biggest problem that I see is that lawyers make mistakes, sometimes very, amateur mistakes when they're running a business, and things that, by hiring the right person, or putting a little time into the operations, a little time into marketing, um, that you can thrive. I mean, as you know, there's a lot of money in this business: personal injury, class actions, mass torts. And you live in a market that, it's a big market with a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, there's a lot of competition in your market, right? Personal injury attorneys are everywhere, and people don't necessarily like personal injury attorneys. There's a stigma. So in order to be a successful firm,
Mhm.
truly successful, you have to overcome the stigmas, and then you have to learn how to run a business, and then you have to have talent to, pursue the litigation, and you certainly need to have access to capital without any limits to be able to do all the things that you can and want to do as a lawyer. So, what I've seen with you, right? You're a client of mine, which is great because I get to have this conversation with you. Um, you know, you have this ability to understand that your law firm is also a business, and you've taken steps to ensure that you're successful on the business level, not just as a litigator. And many times, right, people just have a business model by default, meaning it's whatever comes, however it unfolds, it unfolds. And then you have people like you who have a business model by design. And that makes a really, really big difference. Walk me through the process of you. Now you have your firm, you've decided to do personal injury, you love that, you're in that vein and you love it. How do you go from thinking, how do I run this business as a business and not get distracted
Mhm.
by, having now 100 cases in the pipeline that I need to work up and make sure I don't fall behind, right? Or
Right.
do the wrong thing.
Right.
Walk me through that.
Right. It's interesting, and a very, very wonderful question that you ask, because it is a challenge. But one of the things that I think helped to set myself up for success is that I started from the inside out. So you're looking at the person who took the trash out, who turned the lights off and on in the morning, who returned the phone calls, every single aspect of the business, when it was just me and the Corvette, to where it is today. I had to do. So I know the importance of intake and how that's supposed to run and work. I understand the follow-up, how important that is. I understand that, yes, you do need to win in the courtroom. You need to make sure you have a great showing in the courtroom, but also you need to all the components that go along with it. That's not your only client. Now you've got 3, now you've got 4, now you've got 6. And for a long time, it was me. It was me by myself, largely handling all of the cases. And each client believes that they're the only one, even if they're number 45, right? And so that attention, addressing the need, the reassurance, all of that is a part oftentimes people can overlook if they've never had to deal with it before. If they come from for example, like if I just came from a big law firm, I had secretaries and everything, and then you just shift them over to now you're running an office, they may not understand that you better call Miss Jones back because she wasn't happy. And if she's not happy, what could be a molehill can turn into a mountain, right? If you don't address it right now and make sure that Miss Jones is happy, before the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And so, I'm not bragging, but no lawsuits filed against us, no bar complaints. So it's the little things that
Yes.
you have to understand. It's the little things that sometimes that, then you see the big picture at the end, but I'm still that person that at the end of the day, before we walk out of the office, were all the phone calls returned today? Have we set up the meetings for tomorrow in terms of our department heads? What's going on for next week? Because I understand that if you let it go undone for too long in any particular area, it can start to unravel. So with that as a backdrop, kind of starting from the inside and building it out, I think that gave me I don't know if I said an unfair advantage or the advantage to know what it takes to not only acquire clients, but to keep clients, and the power of knowing that if you keep clients happy, that's how you keep your lights on, because they're going to go out and they're going to come back to you and they're going to tell others about you. That's how I did it.
Yeah. So what specifically did you put in place in terms of your operations, your marketing, your the intake process? Tell me some more tangible examples of things that you did to ensure that the business is running smoothly, that machine is being greased constantly, and how has that evolved over time?
Right. So, like, dovetailing off I got my MBA too. So I was already, of course, thinking ahead, which I believed helped. But in addition to getting the MBA and doing these things, the smaller things that I was saying, if you don't have a client, you don't make any money. So the importance of being able to acquire clients and keeping clients. But in addition to that, basically helping people, making people happy makes me happy at the end of the day. And so for many years, as I was doing that and growing the practice, I realized, I had a realization, I'm helping a lot of people in Houston, but Houston is the fourth largest city in the union, arguably the third, at the rate at which it's growing, particularly now. And there's a lot more people who don't know about me. There's a lot of people, and the people who know about me love me, and they're referring their friends and family, but there's millions that are flying over the head. Okay. And so as I'm working and growing and developing, I got a flyer in the mail, and it was from a company, I think it was called Funding Circle at the time. And they said, would $500,000 help your business? Is what it said. And, you get all sorts of emails and letters and stuff all day, every day. I just thought, but for some reason, I actually opened up this particular letter. And they're like, it's going to be a simple process. We just need a little bit of information. You'll know before the end of the week if you're going to qualify or not. And so, again, it's me, my Corvette, this practice. And I'm looking at that. Well, how do we get to all those other people who don't know about us, right? So I took that opportunity. I didn't get the 500,000, but I did get a number that I was able to then utilize, put back into my business. I didn't take that money and go buy another car or something like that. I put it back into my business, and it helped to create a little megaphone to all the people who didn't know about me. So now I could get online. I could do stuff like find law, pay-per-click, social, search engine optimization and stuff like that. And I could make a few appearances on TV and stuff like that. So I utilized that seed, responsibly. And what it did was remarkable. From using what was a very, very small seed, I found that I was able to pretty much almost triple or even quadruple what I had before.